friends, welcome back. If you've been here before, if you haven't, welcome to this space. I'm Molly, I'm your yoga teacher for today and hopefully for future days as well. Thank you for being here. Today we have a mandala style class. So we're going to move front to back to front to back, nice and fluidly, with an emphasis on some forward folds, some lunges, and then working towards inversions. So I hope you love it. You know, find a decent amount of space. Your mat's fine if you want to do it on carpet, or I have a nice bigger mat here, which is even more fun. You shouldn't need any props. Just grab your body and we'll get started. We're gonna begin in a seated posture facing the long edge of the mat. Place your hands down onto your knees, shrug your shoulders down your body, close your eyes down. And just start to tune into your breath, coming with ease and through your nose, finding its way through the back of your throat, into your chest, your ribs, and down into your belly. And then your exhale is nice and soft, a little passive recoil. No clenching or forcing. Taking a few moments here just to separate what we were doing before this class, this practice, from what we have to do after it, from the right here and the right now, because that's the point of all of this. Our minds are elsewhere. If our minds and hearts are separate from our body and our breath, then the benefit isn't really there as much. So these are our sacred times and places to connect them all. To turn inward, to reconnect with our true selves. To take 3 more breaths just to settle into that intention of reconnecting, of being present. One more inhale, full breath all the way up to the top. Sip in a little bit more and then hold it. And then big exhale out of your mouth. Open your eyes. Bring your feet out a little bit wider than hip width distance. Bear sit, and then hug your knees with your elbows. Clasp hands in the center. And then move through a cat-cow here. So on an inhale, we reach our chest through our armpits, up towards the sky, drop your head back, arch through the low spine, and then exhale, tuck chin to chest, round through the mid-back. Shoulder blades separate, tailbone curls in. Inhale, cow pose in your bear sit. Exhale, cat pose in your bear sit. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, fold in. 2 more times here. Last time, exhale out of your mouth. Come to a tall bear sit, and then drop your knees over to the right. Internal rotation into the left hip, external rotation into the right hip. Nice tall spine. Big stretch here. And then exhale, back to center. Inhale, drop your knees over to the left. Nice tall spine. Exhale, back to center. A couple more of those. Inhale, knees to the right. Chest lifts. Use your hands for support if you need, but otherwise engage your glute muscles to bring you back to center, bear sit. And then inhale, drop knees to the left. Look out over your left knee. And then exhale, back to center. One more time over to the right. Back to center. This center line is going to be our fulcrum. It's going to be what we move around. So really, pretty much all the class is facing towards the long edge of the mat today, which is a little bit different. Good. Drop the knees over to the right. Right fingertips drop down to the mat. Inhale, reach left arm overhead. Exhale back to center. Knees over to the left fingertips down, right bicep frames, the ear reaches over. Side body stretch, inflate the right lung. Exhale back to center. One more time over to the right hand plants, left arm reaches. Exhale back down. Knees drop to the left hand for support, right arm reaches. Good. Exhale back to center. Inhale, over to the right hand down. This time lift the hips up. Pressing forward through the hips, driving your glutes forward. Exhale back down. Inhale to the other side, left hand plants, push through that palm, push through your left leg. Reach your hips high, right arm overhead. Exhale back down. Good, over to the right hand plants, hips lift up. Just doing 2 of each version now. Back to center. Knees to the left hand plants. Drive your hips forward. And exhale, lower down. Good. Moving to the right. Inhale, no hands. Come up onto your right shin. Hip points to the front of the mat. Exhale, back down. Slowly lower, using your hips for control. Inhale, knees to the left. Drive up. Hip points to the back of the mat. And exhale down. One more over to the right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Over to the other side. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower down. Good, to the right. Drive the hips forward again. Inhale. Exhale, right fingertips land to the side. Inhale, left arm stretches overhead. And exhale, lower hips back down. To center. Left side. Inhale, drive the hips forward. Lift up. Exhale, left fingertips plant down. Inhale, reach overhead with the right arm. Breathe out and release to center. One more time in each direction, over to the right. Breathe in to open up. Breathe out to secure your hand. Inhale, inflate the left lung. And exhale, lower back down to center. Over to the left. Inhale, drive your hips forward. Exhale, lower left hand. Inhale, reach up high. And exhale, come back to center. Find your bear sit. Maybe just wiggle a little bit side to side. Should feel really open through the hips and the side body. And then using your hands or not, we're going to shift forward into a yogi squat malasana, facing the long edge of the mat still. Just start to rock and roll side to side, rolling onto the ball of the foot and then the heel of the foot, stretching the bottoms of our feet. I like to rest my elbows on top of my thighs and interlace my fingers in front and just rock onto heel and toe. Good. Now come to a center position. Hands meet at heart center. And then inhale, stretch your right arm out to the right. Reach your left arm high. Exhale, hands meet at heart. Inhale, left hand out to the side, right hand high. Exhale, hands meet at heart. I'm going to do 4 more on each side. Think about engaging your glutes to pull your knees out to the side. Nice and active through the upper body too, to peel shoulder open to sky. Over to the left, twist it open. Navel stays pointing forward more or less. So we're twisting through our thoracic spine. Exhale back to center. Over to the right. Back to center. 2 more on each side. Let it feel good. Start to feel into what your body needs today, to open or to stabilize, to really push or to mellow out a little bit. Good. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now lift your bottom high. So we're going to come in as halfway lift. So knees and hips are nice and bent, hands are still at heart center. And then exhale, sit back down. Malasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sit, really warming up into those quads. Inhale, lift up. 3 more. Exhale, sit down. Hips drive up, flat back. Hips sink between your heels. Ooh, my legs. All right, 1 more. Good, this time wide-legged forward fold. Walk your feet out. Toes in, heels out slightly. So you're a little bit pigeon-toed. And let your hands rest super, super heavy down onto the mat. Start to just sway side to side here. Your arms are coming along for the ride. No right or wrong. We're just moving into our hips and our groin. Head is dropping heavy towards the mat. Maybe you can bring the backs of your palms, if they slide, a little bit easier. And let this motion start to become a little bit bigger. So we bend into the right knee, a little skater lunge. And then bend into the left knee, a little skater lunge. Right knee, left knee. 3 more in each direction. Moving with your breath. Good. Last time over to the right. And last time over to the left. Good. Find your way into a forward fold and then interlace or grasp on the opposite elbows. Heavy ragdoll shape here. Neck is super soft. Disengage. You can nod your head yes or no. You can take little sway side to side or just hang out here. So in our ragdoll, we'll take a couple more little sway side to side. And we're gonna start moving into our really heavy emphasis on lunges and warrior shapes and inversions, as in head below heart in our forward fold, also working up to headstand at the end. So from our ragdoll, keep hanging on to opposite elbows. Your next inhale leads you over to the right side, toes point to the front, left knee drops. Inhale, stack your body into a low lunge shape. Arms reaching high, elbows reaching high. And then exhale, actively twist open to the right. So pelvis stays locked in concrete, twisting from the upper body. Inhale back to center. Find a little heart opener. And exhale, curl everything in. Inhale, find a little heart opener again. Exhale, curl everything in. Driving left knee forward and right heel back. 1 more time. Inhale, open the heart. And exhale, keep your elbows clasped. Find your wide-legged forward fold again. Sway side to side here. And then your next inhale leads you to the back of the mat. Toes point to the left. Right knee drops down. Inhale, stack elbows over shoulders over pelvis. Low lunge. And then exhale, knit your ribs in to the spine, twist over to the left. Inhale, rise back up. Find a little bit of a back bend. And then exhale, tuck your pelvis in, curl forward. 2 more, inhale. Sink your right to the mat. Exhale, curl it in. 1 more time here. Exhale, fold in. Wide-legged forward fold. Release the clasp you had of your elbows. And then find peace fingers. So middle and index on your big toes here. On an inhale, we're going to bend slightly into the knees. Find a nice flat back. As you pull your fingers into your big toes, stamp your toe into your fingers. And draw elbows out to the side. Exhale, release down. Inhale again. Bend into your knees, nice flat back. Exhale, straighten your legs, head hangs heavy. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, release. Toes point to the front of the mat, to the right. Hands frame the right foot, inhale, runner's lunge. Sinking your left hip down to the mat, drawing the back of the neck long. Exhale, modified pyramid, straighten into both legs, keep the back heel lifted. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, modified pyramid. 1 more time. Inhale. Broaden across the collarbones, and then exhale, big hamstring stretch, folding down. Inhale to your runner's lunge, and then exhale, wide-legged forward fold, peace fingers onto the big toes. 3 breaths here. Inhale, bend the knees, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. 2 more. Final one here. Finding connection with breath and body today. Really simple movements. Your next inhale brings you into runner's lunge at the back of the mat, framing the left leg, bending into left knee. Right thigh is pressing up to the ground. On your out breath, straighten into the left leg, fold over. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Simple, feel good. Last one here. Into your modified pyramid. In breath finds you in runner's lunge once more. And then wide-legged forward fold. Good. Plant your left hand, inhale, sweep right hand high. Big twist. And then swap them out. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Inhale, open up your left wing. And then exhale. That left hand carries you to the long edge of the mat and all the way to the front of the mat. Toes pivot, left knee drops, low lunge. Inhale, hands heart center. Exhale, twist, revolve. Left knee the outside of the right, or left elbow outside of the right knee. Take a breath in here. Good, and then exhale. Wide-legged forward fold. Right hand plants. Inhale, left hand lifts. Big twist. Exhale, release down. Left hand centers. Right wing opens. Good. That right hand carries you to the back of the mat. Toes pivot to the left. Right knee drops. Inhale, stack your body for low lunge. Hands to heart. And then right elbow hooks on outside of left knee. Take a breath in. Grow long from tailbone to crown of head. And then exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Toes in, heels out. Left hand plants. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale, lower it down. Swap them out. Breathe in. Good. That left hand carries you to the front of your mat again. Toes pivot to the right. This time back knee is lifted. Inhale, crescent lunge, arms high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hook left elbow on outside of right knee. Inhale, option to stay or open up your arms. Good. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Right hand plants. Inhale, twist open to the left. Moving meditation. Exhale, release. Follow the cues, follow your breath. Inhale, twist to the right. Exhale, that momentum carries you to the back of the mat. Breathe in as you lift up into your crescent lunge. Breathe out, hands to heart, right elbow on outside of left knee. Inhale, open up your arms if you want, or stay. Good. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Good. Walk your right hand out a foot or two. Walk your feet in slightly so that your left hand can reach underneath your body for your right ankle. So inhale, grow long through your spine. Crown of the head reaches in the opposite direction of your sit bones. And then exhale, twist underneath right armpit. Really using the hand for support as well. Kind of pry you open a little more, twisting from the upper spine more than the lower. 2 more breaths here. Bringing everything out. Good. Keep hold of the right ankle with the left hand. Toes will turn to pivot the front of the mat. Inhale. Left hand slides up to right knee. Right arm back behind you. Reverse your low lunge. So right hand to left heel. Inhale, sweep left arm overhead. Couple breaths here. Hug that right heel in towards your body. Roll the left hip forward. Inhale. Okay, keep hold of the ankle with the right hand. Bring left hand into body onto that thigh. So we're into a twist now. Balancing on the kneecap. Hugging left heel into left glute. And then option to bring your heel over towards your right glute. Finding a little rotation in the hip back and forth. Kind of swiveling on the kneecap. Good, inhale, reverse your low lunge again. And then exhale, hands carry you to the long edge of your mat, wide-legged forward fold. Nice job. Walk your left hand out. Feet can come in slightly if you need. Right hand seeks the outer left ankle. Take a breath in to spiral your inner thighs back, grow long through the back of the neck. And then exhale, twist underneath your left armpit. 3 breaths here. One more inhale. Good. Exhale, hand stays on the left ankle, toes point to the back of the mat. Right knee drops. Right hand slides up to left knee. Inhale, reverse your low lunge. Left hand to the right heel. Inhale, right arm overhead. Couple breaths here, driving the hips forward, engaging the glutes, peeling right shoulder up towards the sky. One more inhale. Exhale, keep hold of that right heel with your left hand. Right hand comes to outside of left knee, and then draw your right heel in towards your glute. Big quad stretch, big twist open to the left, and then option to kind of rotate through that hip by pulling your right foot in and out a couple times. Good. Inhale, drop the right toes back to the mat, reverse your low lunge. And then exhale, wide-legged forward fold, long edge of your mat. Beautiful work. Bring your hands to the outside of your ankles. Inhale, grow your spine so long. Big decompressive stretch. Chest reaching towards the edge. And then exhale, fold. Head hangs heavy. Inhale. Find that traction through the spine again. So you're pulling back on your ankles. Reaching out with the chest. And then exhale, fold. So kind of like a halfway lift. Just reaching out as opposed to up. One more time. Good. Exhale, bend into your right knee. Find Skandasana, roll onto the left heel. Left hand plants behind you. Inhale, sweep your right arm up and over. Modified wild thing if you have the space. Hips drive up to the sky. Big breath here. Good. Exhale, back down. From your Skandasana, push up, wide-legged forward fold. Hands outside of the ankles, find that decompressive stretch for 1. Exhale. For 2. Exhale. And then for 3. Good. Hips lower down to the left, bend into the left knee, roll onto your right heel, Skandasana. Sit your bottom all the way down. Right hand plants behind you. Push into your points of contact. Lift the hips up. Modified wild thing. 2 more breaths here. Let it feel good. Push up higher. Open through the heart space. 1 more breath in. Good. Exhale, lower hips to the mat. Pick up into your Skandasana. Hands or no hands. And then wide-legged forward fold. Breathe here. Interlace your fingers behind your head, behind your back, and then drop them over your head. So big shoulder opener. Keep the palms, the heels of the hand, pressed together, even if it means you have to bend into the elbows. Good. Take an inhale, toes to the left, or to the right, High crescent lunge with the arms, the fingers interlaced. Big heart opener, reaching chest to sky, and then exhale, humble warrior, swivel left heel down, body drapes on the inside of the right knee. Good, 1 more breath here. Inhale into your high crescent lunge, pivot onto the ball of the right toe, open up your heart, your left foot, and then exhale, humble warrior, body drapes on the inside of the right knee, left heel swivels down. 1 more time, inhale, crescent lunge, heart opener. Weight knuckles down towards the earth. Then exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Switch the cross of your fingers, but keep them interlaced. And stay here for a few breaths. Stamping the heels of your palms together if you don't have an itch. For one more breath. Good, toes pivot to the left of the back of the mat. Inhale, high crescent lunge, heart opener. Knuckles weight down the back of the right thigh. Heart opens to the sky. And then exhale, humble warrior. Right heel swivels down. Body drapes on the inside of the left thigh. 2 more with your breath. Inhale. Crescent lunge. Exhale down. Humble warrior. I don't know if we did 3 on the other side, but we're going to do 3 on this side. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, release, and fold. Find your crescent once more. Big breath in. And then exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Pigeon toes. Prasarita Padottanasana, our main shindig today. Release the grip of your fingers. Shake out your arms. Good. Okay, toes all the way out, heels in. Lift your body up. Find a goddess pose. So sinking hips down between your heels. Knees are more or less at a 90-degree angle. And breathe here. Start to shift back and forth like you're doing a genie dance. I don't know what this is. Feeling into one quad and then the other quad. Burning a little bit. Next time you go over to the right, we're going to lift up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Balancing on the right foot, right fingertips down for balance. Left arm sweeps open to the sky. Stay here for 3 breaths. Left glute is active. Left heel is stamping into the wall behind you. Stay long through the right side waist. So it would be a good spot for a block. Take 1 more breath in. Good. Exhale, bend into your right knee. Lower back down into goddess. So left toes point out. Heel is in. We meet with hands at heart center. 3 breaths here. Good. 1 more inhale. Grow your heart into your thumbs. And then exhale, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon to the back of the mat. Balance on the left foot and left fingertips. Right arm and right leg. Reach up, stacking that right hip on top of the left. Long from the left hip crease to the left armpit. Engage to the right glute. Spiral open a little more for 2 more breaths. For 1. And exhale, release down. Goddess pose. Take a breath in. And take a breath out, wide-legged forward fold. Now, I want you to take a few moments to connect to your body and your breath. Move through any of those lunge, forward fold, goddess, half moon, whatever felt good. You're going to do that for 3 minutes. You could stay just totally planted, or you could probably move through the whole sequence 1 more time quickly. So try to remember what felt best for you and move into some of those options. Finding some freedom in your body and your movement. Finding a bit of a fun time. We're moving side to side, exploring all areas of the mat, all angles, all the nooks and crannies in our body. So have fun. Kind of connect the dots here. I personally love a good wild thing. So if you want to move into wild thing or any type of variation, you do you. You can also close your eyes. About a minute left. Couple more moments for experimenting. sit back into your malasana. That felt good. 5 more breaths to finish up, and then we'll meet back in Prasarita Padottanasana, our wide-legged forward fold once more. In 2, and in 1. Good, toes in, heels out. Stretch your arms nice and far back behind you, so past your heels. Really weighting the skull down towards the mat. Deep compressive fold here. Fingertips wiggle out a little bit further. Stay for 3 breaths. Good. Stay in this really compressed fold. We're going to move into headstand. So you can take the tripod option or a supported basket option. Make sure you don't have a bun on top of your head. Actually, let's take 1 round of each. So let's do tripod first. So your hands come out wide past your shoulders. You're balancing on the top of your skull, not your forehead. Okay, we're gonna hug our knees in towards our body until our feet lift off the mat. And then for this option, let's just try to straighten our legs all the way up to the sky. Holding for 5 breaths. Tucking tailbone underneath you, pointing through the toes. Ribs knit in for 3, for 2, 1. Slowly lower back down. Knees hug into the chest, and see if you can extend them out long and wide so you find your Prasarita again as you land. Good. Take a breath to just fold. Maybe lift your head above your heart for a brief moment if you are getting dizzy. Gentle sway side to side. And then we'll move into the other option. So let's find hands actually let's find our stretch again. Compress, compress. So fingertips will walk back behind us, drawing our belly towards our thighs, engaging through the front of the hips too. Hips and abs are super active. A lot of people, your head might even touch the mat, especially if you bring your feet out wider. It's easier to find that shape. Good. Now, fingers interlace on the back of the skull. Again, the top of the head is what's going to be on the mat for our headstand. Okay. This option is a lot more supported because you can shift the weight into the outer edges of the hands. So we might play around with some leg movement. So hands interlace, crown of the head drops down. You can bring your feet in more narrow if it's easier to find your headstand. Move your bum again. Lift hips high. Elbows are pushing into the mat. Toes come up. Okay, maybe bring your feet out wide this time into that Prasarita shape. And then play around here. Explore a little bit, maybe pointing one toe up, bending one knee into the chest. And then switching them out, pointing the opposite toe up to the sky, bending opposite knee into chest. Toes come into center, knees come out wide, finding a butterfly shape. 5 more breaths to explore. Three, 2, 1. Slowly lower, knees into chest, and then send them out wide or narrow, however you can safely land. And then find Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. If you're far from the ground, I want you to find a block or bolster to rest underneath your elbows, because we're going to chill out now. So finding some release here. Elbows and head rest onto your prop. So your shoulders are super loosey-goosey and soft. No engagement in your traps. 2 more breaths here. Slowly, with ease, walk back up. Toes point to the front of the mat to the right. Lower your left knee down. We're going to move into twisted lizard lunge. So left hand plants. Right arm back, strokes behind you. Curl left heel into glute. Open right arm or right shoulder up to sky. An option to stay here or lower down onto left elbow, either onto the mat or onto a prop. Whatever feels good. We're just cooling down here, stretching open. Finding connection with your body today and what that means for you. 5 more breaths. Slowly release the bind. Press through both hands and we'll move to the other side. So walk your hand to the back of the mat. Right knee drops. Right hand on the inside of the left foot. Twisted lizard lunge, back stroke through the left arm. Curl right heel into glute. Feel the yummy stretch, peeling left shoulder open, dropping right hip down to the mat. An option to move deeper if you'd like, but lowering down onto your right elbow. More breath cycles. Slowly release. Come back to center. Now we're going to find a Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet touch in the center, knees splay out wide. Draw your heels in towards your glute as far as, or towards your groin as far as is comfortable for you. And inhale, grow tall through your spine. And exhale, forward fold. Releasing everything heavy. Use as many props as you would like. Just to be soft here. Start to slowly ease back up. And then face the front of your mat. Our final pose will be Halasana, plow pose. So scoot your bottom forward. Use your core to slowly lower your back onto the mat. And then press your hands into the mat, bring your knees into your chest, and then lift your hips high as your toes go overhead. Or Halasana. Plow pose. Feet can be in touching. Knees can be bent, pressing into your ears, or you can bring them out to the straddle shape that we visited so many times today. You can interlace your fingers behind you again. Finding some familiarity, some ease here, but also still staying really in tune and embodied and connected with what you need. More breaths. Last inhale. Last exhale, slowly lower down. Use your hands as brakes. All the way down onto your spine. And we'll find Supta Baddha Konasana for our Shavasana, but if that doesn't serve you, stretch out long, do what you need to do. Otherwise, soles of the feet in, knees wide. Open up and breathe. Low back softens to the mat. It can be a simple practice. It can be simple today. Don't overthink it. Just find some gratitude for the chance to connect to body and mind and heart through your breath. And don't skip this last part, this integration. Let's feel good. Has wandered, bring it back. And say a little thank you to yourself for giving yourself the time to be here on your mat. And let that gratitude start to waken you up a little bit. Wiggle into your fingers and toes. Carry that feeling of gratitude and connection throughout the rest of your day and your week, in your relationship with yourself and with others. Hug your knees into your chest. And then roll onto one side or rock and roll up into your spine. We will find a seated posture together. Your hair's probably crazy from the headstanding. Let's take one more full breath in together. And releasing exhale out of your mouth. Alright, thank you guys. The light in you sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for being here and practicing with me. I hope you liked that little mandala sequence all over your mat. Coming back to that familiar space of our fold and of that inversion to feel good through your spine, kind of give you some decompression. But if you liked it, please share it with others so they can join along, and then subscribe so you see the next video, the next class, practice together. And then like this video and comment below anything that you want to share. And I look forward to seeing you next time.